Hello everyone, warm greetings. So this is Shilpi Upadhyay from India, Indore. Here we have with us in the fourth series of our podcast someone who is from a smaller town but have bigger dreams. So here we have Mr. Haritosh Srivastav, who is public speaker, coach, mentor, and storyteller. So
Welcome,
let me
welcome.
tell you that we
Thank
have
you.
a lot of storyteller in our family of authors alley. And he is not only an author but a person who will be coming up very soon with another project on public speaking. Then he is an IT professional with 14 plus years of industry experience and is currently working with TCS, which
Oh,
is commonly known as Tata Consultancy Services. To shorten it, we say it as TCS.
yes.
Yes.
And he is playing the role of IT project manager, managing a Fortune 50 pharma customer. That
Awesome,
is
awesome.
so great.
Thank
That
you.
is so
Thank
great.
you.
So,
Congrats, sir.
Haritosh
Congrats.
Srivastav, an author of Small Town, Bigger Dreams, is here. This book was launched in 2021. And let me tell you, it is one of the top 12 bestsellers in
Absolutely
Amazon
great.
India.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Haritosh. Yeah,
Thank you so much.
yeah, absolutely. So I would like Shilpiji, you can go ahead with the first question to Haritosh, sir. Thank you very much.
Mhm.
Okay, Haritosh, so I would like to
Yes.
understand that you being an IT professional,
Yeah.
and
hmm
how did you turn to an author wherein you wrote about this book? And also, I know that you are coming up with some new projects also. So first, let's talk about this book and slowly moving
Sure.
to your new projects as well. That how did
Absolutely.
you turn to the journey of an author?
Thank you so much, Shilpi ji. Thank you, Pradeep ji, for inviting me. I'm really excited to be part of Authors Alive podcast. Now, as you already mentioned, I'm an IT guy, and IT guys are not supposed to be the writers. That's a coincidence, but that happened when a lot of things were happening. So I've been doing a lot of public speaking and part of Toastmaster for last few years, and doing a lot of things. Uh, but when the 2020 hit, I remember in February, it was February 23rd, 2020. And I had just moved to an on-site assignment, as we call in IT word, or basically deputed to an international location. I came to Basingstoke, UK. And within couple of weeks, it was all lockdown in the world. At that time, I had a lot of reflections, like, no, what do I want to do? What if it is actually the end of the world? What if I really don't have anything beyond that? What is that I want to leave to the world? So I was talking to some of my friends, and I told them, no, my journey has been, I would say, sort of unique. So I started, as I mentioned in my profile, I'm born and brought up in a small town called Jaunpur, next to Varanasi, for people who do not know. So I was there for pretty much 18 years of my life. And then in the next 18 years or so you can guess my age, 36. In the next 18 years, I have moved at least 10 different places, different states in India, and also three different continents. If I say I've been in India, I've been in US, and now in UK for last 2 years. And that had gave me immense learning, that gave me immense opportunities, and also immense failures as well, I say. So when I was thinking about what can I do with all of this experience, I do want to share. So I thought, why not write a story of a guy who comes from a Hindi medium, who is from a small town, who went through the same imposter syndrome that a lot of people go, and now is here. Would anybody be interested to learn that? So I tested out with a couple of my friends, and I got some good feedback. And as an author, you all need a lot of positive affirmation and help from. So those couple of people, Priyanka and Taiba, they really motivated me, and that ended up becoming the Small Town Bigger Dream. So that's a journey in a nutshell.
Great, great. While talking to you, I was just going through a background and I am seeing that small picture, which is probably not clear. But if you can tell me that who is that? Just
Oh,
at your
this
back.
picture.
Yes.
Yeah, this is based. Okay, yeah, I'll probably bring it closer to it. So this is made by one of my mentee. She
Oh,
said
this
the
is
words
yours
will.
only.
It's my only. Yeah, she made a handwritten. So it's actually a big picture. I got a printed a small version of it. This is made by my mentee Taiba, who said the words the world's best mentor. I do not agree to that, but
Awesome, awesome.
That is
really
so great.
grateful to her.
Yeah, mentee
Yeah.
telling a mentor that you are the world's best, that means you're best. It's just like a small kid saying, whatever it is, however it is, wherever you are, wherever we are, you are my best papa in the world, right?
Oh yeah,
That
you
is,
know what? This
yes.
actually reminds me. So my daughter got me this. It says Super Dad, and so you should keep this also. I thought I will
Wow,
put it from
amazing. Yeah, please keep it over there, sir. Thank you.
Yeah,
So
thank
my
you.
question to you, Haritosh, is you said
Yes.
something about Toastmasters. So you said
Yes.
Toastmasters played a very important role in your life. Can you just
Absolutely.
brief about maybe another 2-3 minutes how Toastmasters played a very important part in your life for public speaking?
Sure. Thank you for that question. So my my introduction to Toastmasters was in a very interesting manner. A lot of people come with a very positive things and all. I was literally dragged by my manager, like, you guys do nothing, at least go and join Toastmaster. So I came with a very negative mindset, like it seems like another coaching program and those corporate trainings. You go there, spend an hour and come back. But when I went there, it was completely different. So I thought, okay, maybe they are trying to fool me, maybe they are trying to project that they are very positive for one time. So
Yes.
believe me, I visited them at least 8 times as a
Oh,
guest before I turned into a member. And the
okay.
reason I turned into a member is, we all, as we know, the importance of public speaking,
Yes.
communication.
Mhm.
This is one platform which has changed lives of not only me, not only hundreds, but no, millions of people across the world, with the clubs in 110 plus countries and 16,000 plus clubs and so many members across the world. Everywhere you go, you'll find the same positive energy, you'll find the same encouraging members. So that allows you, because when we are talking about public speaking, because our mind are conditioned in such a way that whenever we face crowd and audience, we feel like, no, they're probably going to eat us. that's
Yes.
that's the mind, that's the predator mindset from hundreds and thousands of years from us. But when you have a audience which is pleasing, which is positive, which is giving you smile, and they're happy with you, that's where you start getting that positive affirmation. So Toastmaster, that's why I said Toastmaster changed my life, like so many others, that it gave me that positive thing, that yes, you can do better. And I don't think all of this would have happened. I would have never got so many connections around the world, met so many amazing people, written this book, or doing whatever I'm doing right now. I don't think it was possible without that.
Absolutely. And for that, we are also proud when you are talking so much that myself also am a Toastmaster, and also
Yeah,
Shilpi ji.
I
We are
know.
from the same club, and that is amazing. So thank you very much.
Yeah,
Just like,
I know you
just
are part of Chalk and Duster
Chalk
Toastmaster
and
Club, if
Duster
I'm
Yes,
not.
Toastmasters
yes,
club.
chalk
Just
and
like,
Yeah.
duster Toastmasters.
Ambani's meeting Tatas and everything. Oh yeah, so we are also there somewhere. Even though we are on a learning phase, but I
Yeah,
think it made me proud right now. Trying to I don't have a
absolutely,
tie right now,
absolutely.
but still I'm trying to put up my
So do I.
drink. I'm proud to be a Toastmaster. Absolutely. Thank
Absolutely,
you.
absolutely.
Shilpi ji, you can go ahead with the next question.
Okay, so I could go through your profile that you loves to mentor and coach young professionals and students in their endeavors, right? So what kind of a coaching you give to your this students, young students? So we would like to understand those courses and the kind of training you provide to them, and how does this help them?
Absolutely. So I used to love to say that I teach them everything and anything, but I realized that now, if you say you're teaching everything, it ends up meaning you don't teach anything. So right now I've conditioned myself to say that, okay, I'm a public speaking coach. I help people with public speaking, and also I've been a business consultant as well, in terms of, if somebody is there who's envisioning to become a public speaking coach or a wellness coach or any other fitness coach. Now I'm actually going to the next level, where I'm teaching them to become the coach itself. I'm running this coach the coaching coaching the coach program, where I help them become the coach. But in general, if somebody is joining, I'm helping them with public speaking program. I have a few courses like public speaking boot camp, masterclass, etc. I also have a storytelling program. There's a new program that I'm working, which is a storytelling program which has never been done in a way that we are doing. So I'm really excited. It's probably going to be launched in another month or so worldwide. So that's another program that I do. And then a lot of coaching the coach program, where I take them from where they are starting to where they become profitable, and they're also able to monetize their coaching skills. So that's the kind of program that I'm doing.
Great. So, Haritoshji, I must tell you that probably in this year's season two, you would be able to launch your storytelling program very, very well,
I'll
because
be more
this
than
year's
excited.
season two is holding a literature fest, and wherein day three is
Wow.
all about storytelling.
Yes,
So,
Awesome,
and
awesome,
yes,
amazing. I'm really excited. Yeah.
yes.
yeah.
And it has been scheduled for 19th, 20th, and 21st of August, which will be speaking more
Mm.
on that this evening at 9 p.m. So
Wow.
maybe if you have already launched it or whatever it is, you can again relaunch it in our program. We can give you a slot of maybe
Absolutely.
15, 20 minutes.
That would
There'll
be so
be a
amazing.
lot of viewers and everything. So you can relaunch it. And I would say I would recommend Haritosh in our third day program, because we have storytelling program from the kids. So I think that would be a
Wow.
great moment. Even the parents and everybody would be there. So that would be an
Mm.
amazing this
Very
thing.
nice.
That's
Very
nice.
nice. Amazing.
Till the
Absolutely.
time you're not concentrating on corporates only, I think day three can be really good, fruitful for you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm right now. I'm working more on individual basis or a group basis, but not particularly on the corporate space. Of course, I don't want to get into conflict of interest with my current job, so that's another reason. So,
Absolutely.
Yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
yeah,
That's correct, because you cannot be on the same field or something like that. It should be
absolutely,
something
absolutely.
diversified. Another question for you is, I did go through your book in the second chapter, Think Ahead, or there are
Mm.
various chapters. And one thing what
Yeah.
I noticed is, by the end of the chapter, you have given a very nice action taking points. You might
Yep.
go through the whole story, how you passed through this, how whatever the challenges it did come, looking from your point of view, maybe from my point of view also, it's fine. But end of that, you mentioned one or two points, action taking points, which I just loved. Can you just
Thank you.
elaborate about it? What made you, put that summary or action taking points, which normally we don't do? We do read, but we don't take
Mm.
actions. For myself itself, I don't take action. You might read it, but another day I just forget it in my own
Yeah.
world. So how can you, uh, you know, uh, put a pressure on it or focus on it to the students or
Mm.
to our Authorally viewers? How can they start taking action on this? Yeah.
Absolutely. Great question. I love your observation here. So as
Yeah.
I say in my book as well, I didn't want it to be just another book in the sense that you read it, you enjoy it, you
Mm-hmm.
had fun, but it what is it after that? I wanted it to be an action book, which means that no, you do apply the lessons. And that's why I recommend in the introduction that no, you don't actually have to read the book in the typical way. The book has got 21 chapters, so anytime you have, and all the chapters are between 3 pages to 5 or 6 maximum. So
Yes.
you have 15 minute, 20 minute, half an hour, you take up one chapter, and
Yes.
at the end of it you will have 1 to 2 action items which you can start applying all together, like the chapter that you're talking about, Think Ahead. You can always do a planning of the day by using to-do list or the weekly planner or the monthly planner, and that's a one small action item that can help you become more productive. If you're talking about, say, power of association, uh, people who are you meeting with, if you do analyze that, because no, your network is your net worth, as they say, right? If you are
Absolutely.
meeting the right
Yes.
kind of people and sitting with them and learning from them and sharing your insight with them, that is going to increase your worth, your idea,
Yes.
your no
Yes.
belongings. So
Mhm.
these are the chapter, the so I say it is a TSL in my book. So T stands for theory, the
Mhm.
concept, the idea that I'm talking about. S
Mhm.
stand for stories. 99% of the stories are genuine, authentic, my own story, my
Yes.
own failure, my own success, my own
Yes.
experiences. And the L, which is learning, what learning that you can have, an action item, which is 1 to 2 action item that you can start applying. So that I think has been, and I've been hearing this feedback from multiple people, because they can now go ahead and read. There have been people who message me that I've never been able to finish the book anytime, and I've never been able to go through book, but because your books were simple. And that's another story that I went through multiple editors when I was writing. One of my major intention, and that is for any upcoming author, is you, in your
Yes.
journey of book writing, you'll
Mhm.
go through multiple phases. One of them is editing, but
Yes.
make sure that your editor and you are at the same level. I had an editor who was very who had a lot of amazing articulate words, which I said, no, at the end of the day, it doesn't feel like my book or Haritosh's book. It feels
Yes.
like some other literature person book. So I actually scrapped that deal and got another editor, because I wanted it to look like Haritosh is speaking. It's not
Yes.
somebody else who's speaking. So anybody who's writing, it is very important that you get an editor who's at your own vibe level, at your own level, so that whatever comes out of it is your book, not somebody else's book.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because the journey which you started from a small town, maybe I think
Yeah.
60 kilometers from Varanasi. So
Yeah.
people, as you mentioned, some people might not have heard about it. I did hear about it long back. Yes, I had few
Thank you.
friends from UP. So I know about Jaunpur. And it's, yes, you started from a small town and how you reached to this peak level. So you are speaking or telling the story in from your point of view. So the common person maybe is from a village, small village, how he can also reach to that level. So it's very nicely, told about here.
Correct.
Thank you very much for
Correct. And just to add to that, right,
that.
uh, you also need to make sure that your audience is able to, if I put lot of articulate language, my target audience is somebody, again, I said my objective of the book is, if one person can improve 1% by reading this book, my objective of the book is done. And most
Awesome.
likely that person is going to be somebody from a town like Jaunpur or similar
Yes,
town.
yes,
And I don't expect them to be, completely CBSE or other, convent educated and
yeah.
completely English. So that also determines the language that you're going to use. You want to use the plain simple English versus a
Mhm.
lot of jargons and things like that.
Great, great, amazing. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Shilpiji, you can go ahead, please.
So one thing which I can really relate with you, Haritosh, is like when you are saying that you're not using really articulated language, because what I also personally feel that when we hold a book in hand and when we move chapter by chapter, it is easier for us to read. And every time, we that is a self motivation. Okay, I've completed this today. Now these many are left. Now these many are left. So absolutely, this is 100% true that when we start completing our miles, we go ahead, and definitely that language has to be very very relatable so that people can relate with that. Very true.
True.
So now when we talk about language, I could see here that you are, uh, amongst your speaking topics there is one called as impromptu speaking and leadership.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right. So when we are talking about language, I would like to understand that what message you would like to give to the audiences who are watching us, because you write also, you speak also. So, what is
Right.
the catch and what is the balance you make between these two? That when you are writing, you can even captivate the audience, and we are speaking. That time also,
Mm-hmm.
audiences shall hear to you, they shall be connected to you, and also the other person who is going to speak, what kind of language he or she should use. So, I think that,
Great question.
yeah,
Yeah,
that I would
great
even like
question.
to listen.
Yeah, great and very deep question. Like, it's not easy to answer that, but I will try my best to answer that. Right. So, at the end of it, whether it's the reading, it's the writing, it's the speaking, or it's also listening, all of that form, which is called communication, where you share your ideas, where you share whatever you have to the person on the other end. It could be your listener, your person who's watching your video. I would also include YouTube and other, or even the podcast people who are going to listen to this podcast, right? The idea is that whatever is inside you should reach out to your audience, whether it's speaking, whether it's writing, whether it's listening. Now, if I tell you that no, you have this thesaurus that you want to read, probably you'll get bored after one page or two pages, because we are not used to that, unless you are day in day out in that word, in that field, and you're doing that only, probably you'll get bored of it. So
Yes,
similarly, if I put a lot of IT jargons and IT terms here, unless you are in that field, you'll probably enjoy that. Otherwise, you're gonna get bored and like, okay, what is the meaning of this? What is the full form of this?
they're going to
So
go bouncing. Just people in cricket, they say
absolutely,
it went
absolutely.
above the head.
It went above, yeah, it went out of the ball, out of the stadium as well.
Yes,
So the point here is that no, all the communication is done for the audience, not for the speaker. You have to know who is your audience, whether it's the listener, whether it's the reader, whether it's the viewer. It has to be done accordingly. If they are from a similar background, they are from, for example, non-convert background, it has to be toned down. If they are all scientists, for example, if you're speaking in a scientific summit, then you can use all the scientific jargons, because you are going to speak on those particular audience who are aware of that. So it is not about the, that is, I tell in speaking also about writing, it is not about the speaker, it is not about the author, it's about the audience and the reader. And if you focus that, you'll get your answer. I hope that answers you.
Absolutely. This is a very well said thing and a great learning that when you are writing or when you're talking, you need to basically understand that for whom you're doing this. So the target has to be very, very clear. Yes. Yes, Pradeep, so you may go ahead.
And when I just opened the book, initially you have this book dedicated to your mom, Haritosh,
Yeah.
Mrs. Manju Rani Srivastav. And I came to know that she just passed a few months back. So can you just project on her? How was her, dedication towards you? What she wanted you to be right from the childhood? Because she must have seen
Mhm.
you right from small, how you were and dedicated. Can you just project about your mom over here, please?
Sure, sure.
Mhm.
I think I
I
owe
hope you're okay
a,
with this. Haritoshi,
yeah,
you're
yeah,
okay.
Yeah,
completely.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
I'm completely okay. Yeah, yeah. I might get a little bit emotional, but I hope
yeah,
that's
yeah. That's
okay.
fine. Yeah, please, please.
I owe everything that I am today to my mother and father, but especially to mother. My father worked as a homeopathic medical officer, so he used to travel a lot. Like he'll start in 6 a.m., 7 a.m. for the job, and then he'll come back in the night. So throughout the day, my mother used to be the one who's taking care of us, making sure that we are studying, also scolding us if you're not studying. But that is part of
Yes,
that.
yes,
But what I found out that as you become little older, you find out the kind of sacrifices that your parents do for you. Uh, we, like every family, I'm not unique, I'm not going to say, we also went through a lot of ups and lot of downs, but she always kept us like, no, you have to study, you have to do. We didn't had any power backup. I mentioned in the book as well, we didn't
yes,
had anyone.
yes.
But she had that constant faith that no, you have been you have been working hard, you have been doing very good in studies, and I'm sure you're going to get a good job, a good position, good things. And that kept us motivated. So it was yeah, heartbreaking. And I know in 2021, so I started the book writing in 2020, and I was visiting my place because for the whole 2020 I was in UK almost alone without family, and also in 2021 I visited her. One thing that I would like, and probably I digressing from the original question, but I would
That's
definitely
fine.
say
That's
that
fine.
for the audience is that I remember one story, one incident that happened, and that gave me a lot of insight. So she was believer of one of the religious group, Jai Gurudev, and she said no, when she had multiple issues, she had heart issues and blood pressure and other, and she said no, uh, I would like to visit this one temple in Mathura.
Okay.
We were not sure. She said to me, no, I really want you to make this happen. And somehow we made it happen. We hired a cab. She came to Delhi. We made it happen. She visited. And after that, within a month, she passed away.
Oh,
Sorry for that.
And the point I'm telling is that no, now that she's no more, and I don't have that regret that, oh, what if I didn't do that? At times, we might not get a clear signs from our parents that know what they really want us to do, or what, you never know what wish would be their last wish. So if
Yes.
you get a chance to fulfill any of your parents wish, do it. Don't wait for another
Yeah.
day, another week, another month, another year. You may never know what can happen in next day. So so I know she was in great pain and she was suffering. So I miss her a lot, but I also know that she also got rid of a lot of sufferings and she didn't have to go a lot. So that way it's a satisfaction as well. But the biggest satisfaction is I was able to make her go through that temple, which was her biggest desire at that time. So anytime you have your parents or any near one, not only parents, any near and dear ones who have a desire, and if you can fulfill that, don't wait for another time. So back to the
Thank you.
question. Yeah, thank you. So back to the question. So in I was originally trying to push the Kindle version somewhere around May, but she passed away, so I had to push it. But then I said, what can I do? So I thought this is probably the best thing that I can do is that I dedicate this whole book to my mother, because she
Absolutely.
was one of the force behind whatever I've done. So that's the reason I've
I
dedicated this
feel
book to
I
her.
feel you are a great hero. By doing this, I think you have done, so
Thank
wherever
you.
she is blessed, may her soul rest in peace. But I think this is the thing which people will remember you for days to come. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
and one
Thank you.
important thing is that we all are involved in our daily chores so much and in our speed of the life that we actually forget and ignore sometimes the will of others. And
Absolutely.
these wishes, small wills, are very, very important to be taken care of. So I
Absolutely.
think,
Absolutely.
yes, your relationships has to be your priority at sometimes. So that has to be
Absolutely.
done.
Absolutely.
So true.
Yes.
So
Thanks for this great learning.
Thank you. Shilpiji, you
thank
can
you.
go ahead.
All right. So now I could see regularly, as I am even an active member on LinkedIn, though I don't do a lot of interactions, but yes, I do a lot of postings and everything. So I see you regularly on LinkedIn with various guests. All right.
Yeah.
So I would
Mhm.
like to understand that what kind of guests you invite on your LinkedIn, though I have seen some very, very, distinguished personalities with you. So
Mhm.
I would like to understand that what is the purpose of these kind of lives which you are doing on LinkedIn, and targeted, what kind of people you are targeting who are associated with which kind of industry. And as
Sure.
far as I can relate it, they are mostly from public speaking or writing background, right?
Mhm.
So, but
Correct.
if you can elaborate it a little more, that will be really great.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely. And
what
I'll take.
learnings can the people associated with you on LinkedIn, probably the youth you are targeting, the students you are targeting, can get by watching those lives?
Sure, great question. And again, I'm a storyteller, so I have to tell a story again for this one. So,
Absolutely.
it was in 2020 when everybody was exploring things out. One of my friend, Taiwa, my mentee said, "Have you been to Instagram?" Until then, I had never heard of Instagram. Not even forget about using it. So, like, okay, what is that Instagram? But it is a new place and it's a new place for social media, and you should hang out. So we did one live Instagram live back in, I don't know, May or June of 2020, and
Okay.
kind of liked it because being in a public speaking, you like to have that kind of limelight and
Live.
live interaction with the word and things like that. So taking from that, I said, okay, let me try that on my own. So I started with a series that I run for almost 1.5 years called Instagram Inspiration, that I turned into inspirational interviews. So basically, I started with Instagram Live. Then I created my YouTube channel. I started inviting. So I started reaching out to people initially with whom I've learned a lot. So I got all my mentors on those live. Then for a few of my colleagues and others who have really inspired me, and then started. It's when you start a thing, it's like, no, when you start trying to win the mill, it has to start slowly. So you
Oh,
started
yes.
churning out. Yeah. So I started, my circle of influence started opening up. So I reached out a few. So I've actually, so far I've interviewed three world champion of public speaking
Oh,
in
wow.
Toastmasters. I've interviewed Aaron Beverly. I've interviewed Verity Price, and I've also interviewed Darren LaCroix.
Wow.
And then I've
Wow.
also interviewed, yeah,
Yes.
yeah, and also a lot of people from different fields. Now, with, as I said earlier, I'm trying to converge everything, because if you do everything, it's not. So this year, as you already noticed, it has already been about public speaking, communication, trainings
Yes.
perspective. And I have two reasons. One is selfless and one is selfish reason. The selfish reason is that I want to learn from these amazing global word speakers and learn from their secrets, learn from their tactics, and apply that. The selfish reason is, while I'm learning for myself, others can also learn. So even if nobody is watching the videos, I say at least I am learning so much from doing these interviews. So those are the my reasons. So as I said, the target is to get amazing speakers across the world, amazing communicators, amazing trainers right now. Maybe it will change in future, but yeah, I'm looking forward. I'm reaching out to so many, again, champion speakers from different parts of the world to get there. A lot of us don't get access to them easily, so getting them and allowing them to come live with me and do things, so that helps everyone.
So
And
believe me,
how?
I don't know how many people watch, but I am one of the regular visitor because that
Thank
is my
you.
interest area. So I keep following these things.
Sure.
Thank you
I'll
so much.
also connect with you and keep following you, Haritoshji. I'm not following you, I
Thank
think.
you.
So I'll start following
No
you
worries.
and start getting many tips and tricks for public speaking and all those stuff, because I just started my public speaking with the students right now,
Wow.
courses,
Wow.
small, yeah, 8-week course, small, teaching some basic
Doesn't
things.
matter.
So I think I'll be
Yeah.
learning a lot from you. I'll keep following you, surely. Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay. And you said that you have a YouTube channel, right? So can you just help us what type of videos you put and how frequently, and regarding, is it regarding public speaking or some other topics too?
Right. So as with everything, it has a journey and it keeps changing. I'm not one of those guys who have been completely stuck with one. So I
Yes.
started with just sharing a few things on productivity, mindset, etc. Then I believe me, I've tried vlogging as well, very famous. So I've
Wow.
done a few vlogging previously, not doing actively now. So I did learn a few things about editing and other things. I've done a lot of interviews posted are there, but nowadays it's mostly about public speaking and kind of things that I do. I post a lot of videos, not a lot I would say, because yeah, it's getting, the time is getting less and you have so much
Yes.
to do, so
You need
not
to maintain
that
a
actively
balance,
post.
balance between
You
both.
have to
Yes.
maintain a balance,
Yes. Yes.
but yeah, the focus is more on value addition, mostly in terms of public speaking and coaching. But you can find a variety of content. I think I've got close to 200 videos now in last 2-3 years, and
Wow. Amazing. 200
thank
videos. That's a good
yeah,
number.
That's a
and
huge
close
number,
to,
actually.
yeah,
Huge number.
thank you.
Wow.
Thank you. So it's all the experiment. I tell to all the budding entrepreneurs one thing, and which I'll probably share because it also applies to if you are aspiring to become an author or public speaker or coach, you're sort of becoming an entrepreneur, which helps you that no, if you're trying to become an entrepreneur or set up your business, you have to try out everything. Once you try out everything, then you can hire the right people. So what I've learned in last couple of years is I've done a lot of video editing. I don't do it right now. I've got a person who does editing, but I could hire them because I knew the nuances and I could actually catch that okay, whether he's the right person or not the right person. So at the start of everything, it's a hustle. It's a lot of job, lot of multitasking, lot of things to be done. Just like you guys, you both are doing amazing job in the authors. Like I see you doing
Thank
some
you.
amazing posts and everywhere on social media, on these kind of interviews and everywhere. So it's a part of learning. But once you go past it, when you go to next level, that's where you can hire the right people because you have the skill to test them as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Correct. Because one of the interviews with Warren Buffett, somebody was asking him, what business should he go ahead and start a business which he doesn't know about? Like a person want to start a restaurant. So his advice was first go ahead and work in the restaurant right from the bottommost level. Come to that level, to the level, and automatically you will come to know. Please do not go ahead and put your hard-earned money, into
Directly
that
into
business
business.
which you really
Yeah,
don't know about.
we
So
don't
I
know.
totally agree with you, Haritoshi, that you are absolutely right. Until and unless you know about it, just like you know much about video editing and everything, I also do a little bit of this. So when you give it to others, you exactly know what you need to expect from them and who is the right person. Great. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for sharing
Thank you.
that. Now, we would like to go for the last phase, but before that, we would like to know about your programs. Do you, give, or I mean to say, your paid programs I'm talking about? What are the different paid programs you give to maybe students or entrepreneurs, or maybe coach to coach? Just like train the trainer, you have a coach to coach. So, can you just brief about that program so that our viewers over here in this podcast who are listening to us right now, or through Facebook or through YouTube, they can approach you directly, connect with you so that they can get to the next level. Yeah.
Sure. So, Pradeep ji, I don't offer one size fit all kind of solution to everyone. But what I ideally like to do is anyone who's aspiring to become a better public speaker, or you want to become a coach or anything, or you want to set up your own coaching practice and things like that. I would love to have a one-to-one with them to understand what is it that they really want. I mean, a lot of people comes and they want to become a coach, but when you start asking them the question, and you find out no, you are not even ready for this, you have to have some more self introspection done. So I before I start out on a journey with anyone, I love to have a connect with them 30 minutes to 60 minutes based on the availability to understand what exactly are they looking for, is that the right fit, And after that, we discuss about how can we approach. So as I said earlier, I have multiple streams going on. If you are aspiring to become a public speaker, that's another stream. If you want to learn more about storytelling, that's another stream. If you want to become a public speaking coach, that's another stream. If you want to just become a coach, so I'm currently have clients like becoming mental wellness coach or fitness coach. I'm helping them also as a consultant. So it depends on person to person, and it's not plain vanilla fit all kind of solution. Depends on
Yeah.
person to person. Yeah.
Got it. Just like a tailor who wants what? Come on, you want this dress? Okay, I'll do it for you.
Yeah,
I got it.
absolutely.
Tailor made.
And the
Absolutely.
best part is that he connects with people for 30 to 60 minutes to
Yes.
understand actually the needs and the kind of a person he is and what kind of programs will fit in.
Awesome.
So
So
that
this,
is really great.
yeah, and this 30 to 60 minutes. Sorry, Shilpiji, to interrupt you.
No, please go
Just
ahead.
this 30 to 60 minutes which you're talking about, is it a free call? I mean, 30
Yeah,
minutes.
this is a free complimentary call that anybody can, and I'll probably give you the link, one of the link. So anybody can go and book a slot, available slot, and then they'll get a Zoom link to join, and anybody can
Perfect.
join that. Yeah.
Perfect. So to all the viewers over here to listening to us and this Authors Alley podcast. So we have Mr. Haritosh Srivastav ji, who is a public speaking coach. He can guide you right from the bottom, right from the scratch to where you want to go. So for first, you need to book a call with him, maybe a 30 minutes or a 60 minutes call. And that is a free call. So you can take the advantage of this session to understand where you stand. Are you ready to get into that next level as a public speaking coach? Or maybe you can start some other coach, whatever you want. So Haritosh ji, he can guide you to that. Maybe if you can join his program, or at least he can give you a direction as to what you need to do next. Is it right, Haritosh?
Absolutely. And it's a no obligation clause. Just because you're coming to call doesn't mean you have to buy.
You have to join the program or anything. Absolutely. So that's amazing. Great.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And maybe in the future, Haritosh ji, if Author Allies is organizing a program where we want your valuable 1 hour to our audience, our in-house community or audience for public speaking, how to learn public speaking, some techniques, tools or something. Will you be ready to come to this platform free of cost?
Done.
Oh, is it? Wow. Thank you very much for that. Thank you. Awesome. And we would like you to share your social media profile. I mean, like your LinkedIn. Can you just brief them as to is it with your full name or only Haritosh? Yeah, can you brief about
Sure. So I'm available on, I would not say all social media, but I'm primarily available on LinkedIn. I've just received 3,000 followers, so that's a great achievement. So I'm available with Haritosh Srivastav. I'll spell it HARITOSH SRIVASTAV. So that's linkedin.com/in/Haritosh Srivastava. I'm also available on
1 minute.
Yeah.
We need not to add A after V. So it's,
I mean, you can add also that's also my own URL as well. It will ultimately come back to that, but to keep it simple, because I am going with my legal name. That's another story for TAV versus TAVA. That let's keep it for some other time. But yeah,
sure.
whether you write TAV or TAVA, you'll ultimately have to suffer with me. You'll ultimately reach out to me only.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Yeah, because
so
I wanted
whichever
to make
direction you
clear.
go, ultimately you reach to that point where it will be Haritosh itself. Perfect.
Yeah, it's like the Hinduism that says, whatever direction you change, you will ultimately get to the Almighty. So it's like whatever URL take, you'll have to ultimately face me.
Follow Haritosh.
Only if you like, there's no obligation.
And also, what's your website and your email address, please?
Sure. The website is very simple. It's haritosh.com, HARITOSH.com. And email address is also, you can reach out to me either haritosh@haritosh.com or contact@haritosh.com.
Perfect. That is haritosh.com or contact@haritosh.com. Perfect. That is great. Amazing. And the website is haritosh.com, HARITOSH, correct? Is that correct?
Right.
.com. Perfectly great. Thank you very much. Before I go with the last 2 questions for the day, Shilpiji, would you like to ask any question? Put on a question too.
No, Pradeep sir, it's absolutely fine. I think we have got all the things that whatever program he is doing for youth, whatever he's writing, whatever upcoming programs he has for youth, I think we have got everything. Just I would like to announce that yes, we are coming up with one more season of this year, that is season 2. We'll be even coming with season 3 around December. But season 2 is all about Literature Fest, August 19, 20, 21st. And we are having separate 2 hours for our authors alley family, which is already with us. And book
Nice.
launch will be done of the first authors on that day. Then day 2 is all about performing arts and theater artists, wherein we are, adding on that how to add emotions in your writing. And day 3 is all about storytelling, wherein kids can even participate. So please, as distinguished guests, keep yourself free on these 3 days. And today at night, 9 p.m., we are again 9 p.m. IST. We are again meeting to discuss more ideas about literature fest, so that we can associate ideas of everybody, and we can even let you know that how you can come live on our pages and you can connect
Very
more
nice.
people to tell them and talk to them. So now it is all
Very
yours,
nice.
Pradeep sir.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So, and it's great privilege that you have accepted our offer that you will be joining this program and also giving a
Absolutely.
1 hour free session to all our viewers. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
So my last two question is, how was your summit, the last summit which you joined us? What
Mhm.
was your experience about author rallies? I want you to be honest. If you did not like, please say you did not like. In case if you liked it, how was it? How was the whole session?
Sure. As they say, an event starts much before the actual event happens. I somehow stumbled upon Authors Elu through one of my friend, and I was like, okay, I keep trying out different places. I keep reaching out to different. So I said, let me try it out. So I think I remember I reached out to you, Pradeep ji, because I want to be Authors Ally. I filled up the form.
Yes.
But right from the moment I filled up the form to the kind of engagement and guidance you provided, and I have been to some of these and I know what kind of professionalism is out there. But the Authors Ellie platform, the kind of professionalism you provided even before the event started was amazing, remarkable. And going from there, I attended the session. I think I was on day 2, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I
Yes,
attended
did you?
the few sessions and I also watched some of the live events. The kind of people you brought in, the kind of experiences and the global authors and keynote speakers, it was such an amazing and engaging experience, which I think was a very good value add for anyone and everyone who was. So people who have not yet watched, please, you can go ahead to Authors Ally page. You can find out all the previous video. These are some amazing topics, amazing, and you had themes for every day. And I loved every bit of it. So no, it's I'm really looking forward to your upcoming, because if that was the start, I'm really looking forward to what is the next level and how you're going to take it to the third version as well. So really amazing job done by the whole team, Authors Ally, and particularly Pradeep ji and Shilpi ji. Both of you have done remarkably good.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Oh, I think it's heart touching. I'm getting
Actually,
goosebumps.
it's heart touching because,
Thank
and
you.
it's like a little bit fearful also, Pradeep ji, because benchmark is going high. Yeah.
Exactly.
Thank you for keeping such
You're
high
welcome.
expectations. We will try our best, give our best with all of your support, all of the community
Absolutely.
support, because one man or one two person cannot do anything, right? It's
So
always a
true. So true.
teamwork. It's always a team building where we keep growing along with all of you. That's how it happens. And my final question to you is, what is your, I mean, to the viewers who don't know about author rallies, maybe they are interacting or listening to this podcast for the first time. Maybe they are
Mhm.
watching this live on Facebook. As time goes, we will release it, or to the YouTube channel. They are watching us for the first time. So what's your one take, one line or two line tagline, what you want to give people joining author rallies? Should they join author rallies or not? And what is the main reason they should need to connect with us?
Absolutely. If you are an experienced speaker, author, writer, or if you're somebody who just think that one day I want to write a speech, write a talk, or write a book, Authors Ally is the platform for you. I know, because I've seen the kind of growth people have encountered so early, and it doesn't feel like it's been there for only few months, if I'm not wrong. But
Yes.
the kind of value addition they are doing for free so far, and I'm really looking forward to they getting out there, because the world needs more authors, the world needs more storytellers, the world needs more speakers. So the endeavor that Authors Ally has taken is a very big challenge. But with the great team, with the kind of job they are doing, I'm pretty sure they're gonna do it much better every single time, and taking the step. And that is why I'm challenging them to do it even better, grand vision, and make it a world platform. So kudos to all of you. Please, if you have even a 1% chance of becoming an author or reader, Author Salah is gonna be really handy for you. Do reach out, follow them, and
Thank
yeah,
you.
completely immerse in everything that you're doing. They're doing. You're gonna get a lot of value out of it.
Thank you very
Thank
much,
you so
Haritoshji, for
much.
that
Thank you,
powerful words.
Haritosh.
Yeah, it is charging words. Thank you very much from our heart. We say in Hindi as Dil say, it's coming from the heart. Thank you very much for this kind words that you have towards author allies. So we are coming towards the end, because anyway, we need to come somewhere or the other to the end. Only for this time, for this program, we are coming to the end of the episode, and I hope all the viewers who are listening to us in podcast or Facebook or YouTube, you must be enjoying this session with the great public coach over here. And you can follow him on LinkedIn, as he has already mentioned the details, also his website. And also the good point is you can join a call with him for 30 minutes to an hour's time. You can get the exact structure or a mind map as to where you need to go, the next level for your public speaking or maybe for your coaching. So thank you very much, Haritoshji, for joining this program. And I do understand it's afternoon time. Later, I realized the 7 p.m. is afternoon over there. And I thought, okay, okay. Thank you very much. I think you must have missed your sleep, your afternoon nap. I'm sorry for that.
That's so okay. Thank you so much. I mean, do you really think I will go and sleep now when you have such an amazing opportunity to interact with such amazing people?
We just had that thought, okay, we shouldn't have done that. It's 2:30. Then only after I confirmed you, and then
But it's better it's better than doing 2:30 in night, Pradeepji, anyways.
Yeah.
Something is better than nothing.
Yeah. I tried speaking once at 4 a.m. and I was half asleep by the speech made. So yeah, it's much better. At least I'm awake now.
Absolutely. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And our deep felt gratitude to your mom who passed away. Wherever her soul is, may her soul rest in peace. And your book, absolutely. Whenever we get an opportunity in author rallies, we'll see that. We'll keep promoting your book, not in the sense of earning money or something like that, but to that every person who is coming from a village, small town, who always thinks, will I be able to achieve this? Will I be able to get this? And we can show a live example. It is Haritosh Srivastav ji who has done it, coming from a small town from Jaunpur, that is Uttar Pradesh. Maybe some people might not be knowing, especially people residing in southern India, they might not have heard about that place. And I would say it's a great book where we can keep referring to people. Wherever we get an opportunity, we will certainly do that as being an author and also as a public speaker. So thank you very much. A heartfelt gratitude to you. Yeah, please
to add on, I would say that because this time you'll be joining in Literature Fest, so to utilize it little more, you can create a small audio or a small, presentation like a storybook of your book, so that it can be presented there and people can even relate it little more. So that can be presented in any of those 3 days. So that you can do.
And lastly, I would like to add, yes, that the person, the future who will rule the world is, there are 3 people. That's what I understand. One is the educationist, public speaking or whatever it is in different forms. Second is the entertainment industry. The third is the storytelling. So you are the one who are going to be the future. I mean, people are going to
even I'll rule the world.
Place. Yeah, that's
so
what
are you and Silpi. Yeah.
Thank you. Because I have seen that every instance you are trying to tell stories, which makes things easier to connect. Otherwise, giving long speeches, what we have seen sometimes, people are not able to connect. But you, at every instance throughout this thing, 3, 4 instances, you are connecting us, connecting the dot by stories, which is very easy, and people can picturize it, whatever you are trying to tell. And that was absolutely great. Thank you very much. And it was a great learning from public speaking master from you. And I hope so we'll keep connecting even in the future. With the same energy, with the same enthusiasm, with the same love which you have shown us right now and even in the future. We recommend you to just keep promoting Authors Alley also, wherever you get a moment to speak about us in your public speaking. Because whenever a master says, people will agree, yes, that is. right?
Absolutely,
So try to have a
absolutely. It will
word
be my pleasure.
with authors, Alice, maybe in LinkedIn or maybe in Facebook, wherever you can. We can see your stories coming up in Facebook. I keep viewing it and giving you a thumbs
Yeah,
up and a love symbol.
yeah. You
And
you
I
are a
know you
great
do,
support. Yeah,
and I know you do wonderful promotion the way you promoted your day also. So I'm sure you're going to promote this podcast also. Yeah.
absolutely. I've already taken a screenshot. I mean, yeah, I didn't ask permission, so I'll take now. But yeah,
No,
you're
you
gonna
do
get.
that. I know because I've seen that during your the speaking sessions. I know.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you. Thank you very much. And we love
Thank you,
you.
both of you.
Yeah, the whole Authors
You
Alley
too.
team, the team loves you. And we are very sorry that today Dr. Anjali ji, she is caught up in her, school programs. That's the reason she couldn't join us. But she has especially conveyed through mobile that, she to convey her regards to you and all the best for your book, especially that,
Thank you.
which you have written. So all the best, even
Thank you
from
so
Dr.
much.
Anjali and the whole
Thank you so
team.
much,
Thank
doctor.
you very
Yeah,
much. And we wish
thank
you
you.
all the best in your public speaking journey and also as a coach and doing whatever you're doing across the planet. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
joining.
much.
Stay
Thank you so
connected
much, and all
and
the
have a
best.
great day
Yep.
ahead, sir. Thank you. Bye bye.
You
Bye.
too.